So we're going to be on Pillars of Gold for game number 1 here between Hurricane and ByuN. Obviously, ByuN is ranked higher on the Aligulac. Protoss has been doing pretty well in TvP recently.
Anyway, here we are in the top right. It's the man himself. It's ByuN. ByuN's still teamless, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Last I checked, yeah, haven't heard anything about that. I assume Twitter would have been a buzz if he'd gotten picked up by someone. And in the bottom left, it is Hurricane. Looking good. We've had him on the Africa World a few times. Not recently, though, it doesn't feel like.
Yeah, it's been a while. And I don't believe I think he might have won one a while ago. But I am excited to see Hurricane play today because he is one of those players which you never really know how he's going to show up. How he'll be looking, and
yeah,
that's why I'm excited to see.
Yeah, very true. Looks like we have Omnikai, Aki in chat. What's up, fellow Starcraft fans? ByuN fighting, says Omnikai. Yes, indeed. ByuN is going to put up a lot of resistance to Hurricane here.
Yeah, definitely. Like, ByuN is just an absolute menace. It's, as one of the top players, he's kind of the anomaly in a sense, in which he's playing one of these cups right now, and he plays like a cup or two a day, it seems, which is crazy. He just shows it all out in the open, even though we're coming up to the biggest StarCraft 2 tournament of the year, and he's like, yeah, I just like that for the practice, I think, is his mentality. Like, just play StarCraft nonstop, compete nonstop, and then when you head into the biggest competition of all, it'll just be like a walk in the park.
Yeah, you're super warmed up. So he's in the round of 32 to get into the official bracket for Katowice, or the group stages. First up is against Dream, so that should be a pretty good TvT.
That's going to be such a good TvT. And notably, also Hurricane is in that. He is going to be facing off against Nice in a PvP.
Yes, true fact. Taiwanese Nice. Excellent.
And yeah, that's why I'm really excited to have these two, because it's like, what form are they both going to be looking in? It'll really give us a clue as to how they're going to do in their matches.
Yeah, I think so. Entirely fair. But yeah, I mean, it's just, I think the reason ByuN isn't already in the group stages is because he got back from the military halfway through the year and didn't have enough points, but
he still did pretty good
to get out of the round of 32, 36 rather. All right, so actually ByuN made a Reaper. I was not expecting him to do that, and I got a probe kill as well, so
yeah,
maybe ByuN's wrist is feeling better these days.
Yeah, got a probe kill, softened up another probe as well, so we'll see if that guy's going to get picked off later. Reaper is going to jump on in, jump on out, stays alive though.
Yeah, just barely. Very little HP, but those combat drugs will kick in shortly, and he should be fine. Excellent. All right, so Twilight Council coming in here from Hurricane. Are we thinking Blinkstalkers? Are we thinking Dark Templar? What is on the menu here for Hurricane? That's what we're going to have to find out.
I think
is that a third CC from ByuN?
It is, yeah. It's a super early third CC. Based on the meta, this is probably going to be 4-gate Blink, right? Because that's what all the cool Protoss are doing at the minute.
I mean, I guess. Goodbye, Reaper. Wait, Reaper lives.
Oh my gosh. Oh, the Sentry.
Yeah, Sentry's like, I don't get many kills. I'll take it. Absolutely. And yes, as Aki says in chat, use the match arena link above. Code AW72 will be a free 50 cents given to these players in your name. Nothing out of your own pocket. And we're doing good, I think. Zeiss.
Yeah, Zeiss. Nice to see you checking out the stream, cheering for your homeboy.
Hurricane here, doing pretty well so far, I would say. Yeah, there's your Blink, there's your robotics facility, everything coming into place for that 4-gate Blink shenanigan stuff out of Hurricane. And again, because it's so common, I'm sure ByuN dying to this would be fairly unthinkable at this stage.
Yeah, it's also really notable that his Reaper killed 3 probes at the start of the game.
Not bad.
Yeah, for a Reaper, that's pretty darn good. A lot of the time...
top 0.001% of all Reapers, I feel like.
Yeah, a lot of the time it's like one and done. No, this Reaper is... that Reaper did some good work, which really is going to be making Hurricane feel maybe a little bit demotivated. We'll see. That being said, of course, he is going to have these Blink Stalkers to work with.
Yeah, I mean, I would say in the games that I cast in TvP, the number of times a Reaper even gets a single probe kill is like in the single digits for the last 2 months. So getting 3 is nuts. Like, way to go ByuN on that. All right, so bunker at the front. Some defense there in the main base, recognizing the options that Hurricane has with which to attack. He's sneaking up there with his just, first 4 stalkers. Blink's not quite done yet. 15 seconds to go. Thanks to the game hard interface for that number counting down on the right side. What's up, Kaya Rolonis? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the event.
Welcome, everyone. Make sure to go ahead and hit that that 1-up on the stream.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't done that yet. Thanks for the reminder.
You are welcome. And, okay, taking a look at the game here, we're seeing Hurricane isn't actually going for the 4-gate. He's doing the more traditional 2-gate opening, get up the third base, transition into Robotech, start your charge, throw down a forge already. So I really like this, I think, because, as you said, ByuN's probably going to be able to hold this no problem.
Yeah, he's got so many Marines, so many Marauders, both of which are insanely good against Stalkers. And in direct confrontation, the Stalkers can blink, obviously, make it harder to pin them down, but nevertheless. 1 Colossus on the way. It's going to be part of the 3 Colossus magic number that Terrans hate. But Marauder production, fairly heavy here for ByuN to start this thing off, so I'm not sure how good Colossus are necessarily going to be if that Marauder count is as high as I feel like it's going to be. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, ByuN is one of those players with bio who will dismantle a Protoss player, whether they have Colossus or not. We do see Hurricane throwing up cannons, throwing up shield batteries, getting really defensive. I like to see this. Also moving out with his Stalkers yet again, just trying to buy any amount of time he can before the Terran player goes for that inevitable push. And we see the Stalkers gonna grab a Marine.
Yeah, minor death there, nothing too crazy.
Look at Hurricane just going all out on the defense. He throws up a second forge, which might be considered a little greedy at this point, but then he also throws up another cannon and a shield battery, really wanting his static defense to deal with these drops that ByuN's going for, and yeah, that was a good call as he blinks on top of one of the medivacs.
Full medevac too, that hurts. ByuN's like, I need to get some damage to make up for that dead full medevac. Come up here and eat my Widow Mine. Yeah, big time hit. Also a bit of a Zealot attack on the other side. A couple SCVs die, but nothing too major there. ByuN is ready for that.
Yeah, that really seems to have just given Hurricane the momentum, though. As he shuts down that pressure, ByuN's completely off his back right now. The Terran's all the way on his side of the map. Hurricane going to be reaching that 3 Colossus count. He's already got the static defense in his main base, which is a good long-term investment. And even a Dark Shrine on the way, too.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, could be a couple Archons. Could also just be for Dark Templar to run around and snipe bases and whatnot. We'll see how that goes. Concussive Shell finishing up right now for ByuN. Working on that 4th base. Working on Widow Mines. Really sneaky with... That is a... I'm not going to call it a Doom drop, but that is a 5 medevac drop. Going to try to get down on in here and really going to test Hurricane's static defense by doing so. I mean, 2 cannons and a shield battery is nice, but that's a lot of bio.
Yeah, that is a big drop. There is an observer, which I think should spot it just due to the sheer number of medivacs. That ain't sneaking by. ByuN, though, sees the observer and says, I ain't committing. I'm too smart for that.
Yeah, probably fair. But it does get the Observer, which does force Hurricane to replace it. And then that's just, extra gas he can't use on actually attacking units. ByuN sneaking down the right side a little bit here, looking for additional Zealots that keep harassing him at his 3rd. And maybe jumping on a Hurricane's 4th base in the bottom right there, too, which seems to be incredibly very undefended at the moment.
Yeah, the static defense takes a while to get built, so even though Hurricane invested in that, it's not going to be able to do the job he was hoping for. Here comes in some of Hurricane's armies.
Cancel? You think it's a canceled base? Nah, 2 Colossus did manage to wander over, and that's enough to force ByuN away. Got some damage done on the Nexus, but not enough to cancel it. Also, ByuN on the left side pushing in. Maybe going to go for attack on the natural. On the Zealots at ByuN's 4th. DT is up at the 4th base. 7 SCVs down. That Dark Templar does not escape, but did some serious work.
Yeah, I do want to point out right now, though, I mean, ByuN's economy is pretty darn good. all things considered, while this is going on. I mean, he's got that 4th base on the way, and now he's just pushing up the ramp. There is only one Colossus here. The Zealots are being warped in to continuously replace this buffer, but the pressure that ByuN's putting on Hurricane is starting to mount.
Yeah, it's 180 to 144 supply. ByuN has a big time advantage in army supply at the moment. You're going to try to attack into that 4th base, as well as putting pressure on the 3rd base of Hurricane simultaneously. And this might just be too much. Yeah, loses the 4th base. No real reason to engage here from ByuN, I don't think. And yet he's stutter stepping forward, stimming. This might be a mistake
No.
for him. He can't get this.
No way. Is he going to get a Colossus?
No, he does not get a Colossus. Everybody dies. Yeah, I think that was a mistake from him.
Yeah, I think you are right about that. Seeing as how +2 is just finishing up. All the while, though, ByuN hitting the natural, gets a Colossus, gets 2 Disruptors. Oh, that is beautiful.
Yeah, DT is kind of hacking away, you know, forcing everybody out of their Zealots too, but 170 to 135 supply effectively. Army value is 90 to 61 at the moment. ByuN has way more workers. His income's higher because of those mules. He's got concussive, or rather enhanced shockwave on the way, and Liberators coming in too. This really looks like a win for ByuN in game number 1. I don't want to call it too early, but Hurricane's in trouble.
Yeah, Hurricane, he tried to get out a couple of Disruptors, but they were slashed down by ByuN's attack in the natural, so no Disruptors, only 2 Colossus. That's just a pitiful Protoss army, really, when you're trying to split it up. I mean, this is just not the force that Hurricane needs.
No, it's not. Observer sees the incoming doom pretty easily. ByuN doesn't actually, does decide to kill it. Does make that conscious choice.
Yeah.
And Hurricane pulling back to the shield batteries, making some Archons.
Yeah, the Disruptor is on, and one popped out, but I don't even know if it's going to get to this position in time for a fight.
Yeah, I mean, as far as a comeback mechanic, Disruptors are pretty good. But this Nexus is going to die for the 2nd time today. There's just way too much damage here. Might kind of try to save it, but at the end of the day, just get it while you're escaping. There you go. ByuN backing out. Once again, going for it, though.
Oh.
Disruptor hit. Pretty good connection there. Disruptor does get focused down and killed at the top. Zealots rolling in 1 or 2 at a time. Not so great, but it looks like Hurricane has just enough to shove ByuN away after losing his Nexus and those 9 probes.
Yeah, Hurricane, I mean, he at least is getting something at the end of these fights, but then we do take a look. ByuN's already replaced the units he's lost pretty much. He's building up that Liberator count. Hurricane, he's on 3 bases still. He's just been losing too many units, and he taps out.
Yeah, super tap out. ByuN takes game 1 in about 12 minutes. Nicely done. Thanks to everybody who's been using the Maturino code. Thanks for keeping track of that for us, Aki. Looks like we have Forces contributing, Size Matters are contributing. Is that I cannot say your name. That is way too many letters. Keki Traces and Kai V for contributing to the Maturino today. We just still have coupon codes, so if you're watching, click that Maturino link. Use the code AW72 to throw free 50 cents at these players. Let them know they have a fan base here in Africa World Events. So they want to come back. You want more ByuN? This is a good way to do it. Very, very true. All right. So we're going to move into map 2 here on Oxide, the latter edition. LaughNgamez and I were just talking about how we got a lot of snow today. So a bit of some late winter snowstorms going on. Neither of us had to leave our homes, so that was nice. Because, you know, driving when it's actively snowing is never a good thing. I've got a hill that I have to go down to get most places, and man, that is treacherous when there's new snow on the roads. So
yeah, I'm on a pretty nasty hill myself,
yeah,
and I can get down it. The problem is getting back up it.
Fair. That's an excellent point. There have been times I've been very worried about making it back up the hill. Blech, gross. So staying at home's nice. It's warm. There's internet and Starcraft.
Just keep doing what everyone's been doing for the past year.
Yeah. No, Key, it's best of 5 for the first 2 matches and best of 7 for the final. Yes. C'est ça. Alright, so game 2 here. Yeah, it all just started game 1 with ByuN's Reaper getting those 3 probes and kind of snowballed from there. couple times ByuN was a little bit over eager, but obviously didn't hurt him enough to lose the game. So hey, can't complain too much.
Yeah, and I think as expected, here's the man with the 1-0 lead. It's ByuN.
And in the bottom left, it's Alpha X's Hurricane. Yeah, LaughNgamez is in Vancouver. I'm in Salt Lake City, so we're in the same basic region of the world, even though we're like 2,000 miles apart. I mean, comparatively, right?
Yeah, vertically,
corner.
I guess, kind of.
Yeah. I don't know. Like 2,000 miles apart is nothing, considering we have people watching from all over the world, right?
That's true.
Anyways, anywho's. You think a professional player would ever lose to a Planetary Fortress Rush?
Hmm.
Because, like, we saw that Proxy Nexus Warp-In play a while ago.
Yeah.
Basically the same thing, right?
How many times did that actually work, though?
Once, and it was amazing.
That's all it
And
takes.
everybody talked about it for weeks.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm sure Ruff used to do this thing against Zergs all the time, which he'd go mass Reaper and then build a PF outside the Zerg's base and Reaper hop up and down the cliffs while flying in a PF.
That sounds kind of fun.
Yeah, it was a pretty valid strategy, and he must have beat like a couple of pros with it.
Yeah. I mean, probably. It's weird enough that somebody wouldn't be quite prepared for it. So that's close, I guess. I'll take it.
Okay.
Right. You're right. Is Hurricane teamless currently? He is teamless. My bad. You're right. He is currently teamless as of October of last year. So it's been a while. Fair enough. The teamless battling today.
Yeah, ByuN skips his Reaper this game, which is interesting. Probably because of the map, I presume. And Hurricane goes for a Twilight Council once more. It's kind of funny how Protoss say that they've got no choice to go Stargate in PvZ, but then in PvT it's like Twilight every single game.
That's true. You're not wrong, man. I'd like to see a little more variety in openers, but that is a hard thing to legislate, is variety in openers.
Definitely a hard thing.
The best thing you can do is just, like, I talk about this every time, I think, but make every unit viable at some level. And I think we're there. I think many, many different units are super viable as the Dark Shrine comes up. But as far as what players decide to open with, they're going to do the most optimal thing, and there's not really a way to give them multiple equally optimal openings.
No.
You know? Can't really do it. I mean, the one difference would be, I think Terran has some pretty nice variations in openings versus Zerg especially.
Yeah, Terran does alright.
There are some certain matchups where we will see different stuff, but considering there are no Zergs in the Africa today, because finding one who wants to play in these things is difficult. Anyway. It's so weird to me that the World Championships for StarCraft 2 for 2020 are going to be held in like late February of 2021.
That's just the way it is.
Every time I'm like, but 2020's gone. We put it behind us.
That's just the way it goes.
It is. True fact.
As long as it's good StarCraft.
Oh, it's going to be the best StarCraft.
So ByuN's going for a Raven.
Cool. What for?
Well, it's going to be good against DTs.
Super good against DTs.
Now, it's not done just yet. 20 seconds on the clock. The Prism, though, gets zoned out by these Marines.
Man.
The
That's
one
fine.
DT is locked out of ByuN's base. ByuN's going to scan, potentially kill it, and oh my gosh, a Widowmine drop just killed 10 probes.
Remember last week when we were like, Widowmine drops are passe. Protoss are used to them.
I said that.
Not in this game. Not
Oh, poor
today.
Hurricane. Oh,
There's your Raven, and yep. So 10
Eh.
probes down, and man, time for a third base.
Well, I guess. You know that meme in which which the guy's just like angrily like, I guess, all right.
Yeah, totally. That was Hurricane. I guess third base. Well, I'm warping. I just did 0 damage on the other side of the map and lost 10 probes to a Widowmine drop. Time for a third. ByuN is a beast on the
Okay,
guy.
Hurricane's gonna go into the Archons, which I do like.
I mean, there's so many Marines,
But
though.
then dun 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 dun. Oh no! Dun-dun-dun.
Okay, is that just a GG? Are we done?
That's another 10 probes.
He's trying to get the Archons to do stuff over here, but like, no. I think one Marine.
Oh,
died.
Andy loses an Archon. Hurricane.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean,
I don't blame him if he GG's now.
me neither. That, jeez, brutal. Yeah, I don't really like Archons versus Terran at all. Except
I
kind
like
of as
the
meat
Archon
shield.
drops because it's a lot of work for the Terran has to split their army, right?
Yeah.
Now imagine if Hurricane had 2 Archons, he'd have killed all these Marines.
Yeah, probably. But it's just
Because
I
they're
know
so
they do bonus
meaty.
damage versus biological, and they have a ton of HP. Yes, it's true.
Yeah, I do like the double Archon drop if you pull it off as a Protoss player, but of course you got to be very careful. Here goes the mine drop yet
gosh.
again,
Good
another
pull.
one.
Perfect pull that time. Oh, look at him unburrowing and reburrowing the Widow Mines. He's like, oh, fine, I'll take 1 probe kill.
The 20 probes
Not
that
what I
died
wanted.
before were like, why couldn't you have done that before?
Yeah, that was a good fine moment as well.
Oh,
just like,
no.
Fine, 1. And the third base for Hurricane is dead.
The Prism already died with the Archon
yeah,
in it.
and the Prism died, and I just...
I mean,
not
maybe he
great.
can save the Nexus.
Oh, the Raven gets picked off. That sucks. That is
Yeah.
the problem with Ravens. They're so slow. They can't run away very well. Nah, look at ByuN. He's like, I got this.
Oh, poor Hurricane. That was just terrible.
Yeah, that was bullying. I think that fits the dictionary definition of bullying the Protoss. That hurts. Woof.
Yeah.
I don't even main Protoss. Goodness. That just is a painful experience. Who will take over for Zeston's stats once they go to military service? I mean, Trap's doing all right. He's had a pretty good year.
Yeah. Joan is looking good.
Yeah, I love Zaun. I think, is that how you say it? Joan? I have to
It's supposed to be pronounced Joan, I think.
yeah,
Yeah, we're going to have a hard cast the next game.
I guess I can do that. It's just a matter of it looks like it's pronounced Zaun.
I know. It's misleading.
It is. Anyway, whatevs. Yeah, man. I mean, Trap beat Cyril, so like a best of 7 finals situation. So I mean, Trap's doing great. Yeah, there you go. See, the Raider says, pretty much taken over already. I can agree with that. Trap's
Yeah,
doing
that was bound to
fine.
happen, though, because Trap's just been so good for so long.
Yeah,
And now he's just stomping in tournaments. He's got his confidence.
exactly. He believes.
He too good.
Too good.
Okay. Yeah, this is either going to be a really quick best of 5, or this man in the bottom right-hand side is going to have to bring it back. It's Hurricane.
And in the top left, he might be why you're here. It's ByuN. Thank you, Max Calza, for contributing to the match arena. Thank you, Aki, for making that public.
Mm-hmm.
Always good to get public recognition for good stuff. All right. So, Hurricane tried to mix it up by going right for the DTs and then just got hard countered by a Raven opening, which, brutal.
Yeah. Like, DT's getting countered by Raven sucks, but it's not the end of the world.
No.
Losing 10 probes, 20 probes to Widowmine drops right after
That.
is the end of the world.
It is. coming back from that is nigh impossible against someone as good as ByuN.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. So, Barracks coming up in-house, Gateway coming up in-house. ByuN doesn't see much of a need to change up too much of what he's doing here today.
Hurricane goes Cybercore before Nexus.
Yep, fair enough. Pretty darn standard.
ByuN skipping the Reaper once more.
And the probe being an annoyance, as probes do.
Do we need to see Protoss start proxying Terrans more? Because, like, all the Terrans, like, pff, who needs a Reaper? It's 2021.
Yeah, except for game 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see why not. I'm always a fan of proxies, man.
Give us a dirty
Like,
proxy, Hurricane.
Every time I see a proxy, I get excited, so I'm with you on this.
It's like, go build a robo right outside of his base.
Heck yeah. Proxy a Stargate. Oracles showing up early are pretty dangerous.
Yeah.
Make some Void Rays against Terran.
I mean, because that really is the only proxy we see with the Void Rays and the batteries and stuff.
Yep.
And I don't want to see
has.
that.
No, I guess not.
That would just ruin my day.
There's a subscriber to my channel, Probe Scout. He does proxy Tempest shield battery versus Terran at the GM level.
Oh god, yeah. See, that's exactly what I mean. It's the worst.
Oh yeah, no, he's killed you with it. I remember this.
Oh no!
I forgot that was you as one of those people.
Oh no!
PTSD.
Yep. That was one of the worst one of the worst experiences in my StarCraft life. Was when I had to play a best of 5 against a guy who literally just cannon rushed and did that every game. And I was like, okay, this should be straightforward. I just have to defend it.
Turns out a little more complicated.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that, I don't know if that's viable at the pro level, but it could be fun. You know what's funny about Void Rays? As this Adept does some damage and then gets out. So Void Rays are good, so that means everybody at the lower level, every Protoss is making Void Rays now. Like, the problem is, it's to their own, like, lack of benefit, too, because I do 3v3s, and I'll get a Protoss on my team, and there's 3 Terrans on the other side, and the Protoss is like, must build Void Rays. It's like, look!
To be fair, it is 3v3. It's kind of like a law.
Sure, but these guys have every answer to Void Rays known to man. Void Rays are so bad versus Terran.
That's why they should proxy them and build a bunch of shield batteries, and then it'll work.
That would have been better than just sitting at home and trying to build some Void Rays and hoping they did stuff later.
Is ByuN gonna cancel this Nexus?
Yes. Absolutely.
ByuN, you dog. You absolute dog of a man.
Nobody expects the 1 medevac Marine drop. Oh, and then the Oracle does get in here and get some stuff done.
Yeah, it's not being superbly microed, though, so... Oh, God. Hurricane!
Not.
Oh, gosh.
You can't just... Alright. That should not have happened at all?
That absolutely should not have.
So 3 SCVs die. Hurricane's attempt at a very fast third base gets completely denied. ByuN's still flying around with his dudes. He's up 20-11 army supply currently. Is he just going to win with his drop?
Maybe.
I don't... I'd rather he not, because that would make me feel sad inside, but... I mean, it's 2 stalkers, man. Wait, hold on. We warped in some more stalkers.
There you go.
Thank goodness for warpins, honestly.
Yeah, how about that? Oh, and he might get the medevac.
Can you imagine losing a game because you were unprepared for a drop? Just my Zerg complaining.
It's okay.
Ooh, the Oracle survives.
Okay, so that works out okay.
Oracle. Yeah. Yeah, every once in a while, I'll get dropped by Terran and just be like, man, it'd be nice if I could just immediately warp in 10 Zealots to handle this.
Wouldn't it?
Nope, can't do. Yeah, Oracle, not interested in moving around too much. There's way too many Marines in the base for that. Phoenix more scouting than anything else, obviously.
Yeah. ByuN's tech is a little bit delayed this game, I mean, he's only double 2 command centers. He's got the 3 racks play, but that's about it. So if Hurricane can respond to this 3 racks play appropriately, not be pulled apart, I think he can potentially seize the lead in this game. He's got an Immortal on the way already, which is good. 4 gateways on the way, +1's on the way. Yeah, if he can get out a couple of Immortals, a shield battery, defend an attack from ByuN, which is going to be coming soon. There's a battery on the way. I wouldn't even mind a second battery right now, but of course he doesn't know how ByuN's going to hit him.
Yeah, over defending at one spot is difficult when you get hit at the other spot. So
There's a cannon on the way. Hurricane really likes his cannons as well.
yeah, they help. They're not incredible versus Terran.
I wonder if it's just like because the battery overcharge makes the cannons not die.
Not instantly get murdered. Yeah.
And that he's like, oh yeah, this is great because the battery automatically heals the cannon. And it looks like this cannon will actually be done in time for the attack from ByuN. So
Yeah. ByuN's just kind of meandering around, probably waiting for +1 as that comes in with 5 seconds to go.
yeah. So I do like that. However, if ByuN just bypasses this and hits the natural.
Going up that ramp is death. Let's not do that.
Alright, there's the third.
there's our
ByuN stems
cannon.
on in. Is there a battery overcharge by Hurricane? Yes, there is. That
Yeah.
cannon being healed a ton.
Okay, all right. But Cyclone getting some nice damage off. Widowmine gets a connection. The other one doesn't manage to escape. ByuN has taken a third base behind this. And that was a good hold. Good repel by Hurricane.
Yeah, good hold. He's building yet another cannon. Man loves his cannons. Cannon and battery combo. Hurricane trying to pioneer something new, it looks like here. I've never seen a Protoss go this hard on static defense. Or not for a while, go this hard on static defense this early on.
Not necessarily working, unfortunately.
Yeah. Although, who knows? Maybe this game will be the one to show us as ByuN attacks on in again. Hurricane gonna have to retreat to his defenses. His Colossus is disabled, but there comes in the second Colossus.
All right, that helps.
Blink isn't yet done.
Yeah, ByuN just kind of harassing here. Maybe going to take down the Cybernetics core, which would be pretty cool. Hurricane actually building a new one in response to this one being under fire and getting taken down.
All right,
Fair
Blink
enough.
is done. This is allowing Hurricane to deal with the mines that ByuN had.
Yeah,
Gonna
Blink
be
dodging.
repowering those gateways, and he has held on against ByuN. He's up to 3 Colossus. He's got a Dark Shrine on the way, +1 armor on the way. This game is looking better than the others have for Hurricane so far.
I think so too. I'm not going to argue with that. Doing all right. He hasn't lost 20 probes, which is a bonus. He only has, I guess he's at 61 to 61, but the mules are helping ByuN have better income in that situation. Wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah. The lower
For that
economy
poor probe.
Protoss play and then just defend up into that strong composition, I suppose, is Hurricane's plan. In comes ByuN once more. Wants a gateway. Looks like he won't get it, though. Stalker's Blink. Try to grab the Raven. Not quite, though.
ByuN coming left. This is what he did in the last game. Just attacking on both sides, forcing Hurricane to respond properly to both. Which is so
Yeah.
gosh darn hard.
Hurricane does seem to be set up better on this map, though. I mean, he's just got to split his army in two, and he covers all 3 of his bases, so...
True fact. He's covering the main, which is not really required at this moment, unfortunately.
Yeah, look at this, though. Taking care of the mines, shaving off a good number of the Terran units.
Widowmine's actually escaping from the engagement. ByuN didn't actually jump with his right side army. Just kind of hung out.
Yeah, he realizes that Hurricane is defending properly, and he's just containing the Protoss on 3 bases for now.
Well, yeah, he's taking his 4th, so yep.
Yeah, that's the appropriate thing to do.
It's like, man, if you want to play Turtle, I'll out-expand you all day. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
No reason to suicide into an incredible defensive position that you have set up.
Yeah,
DT actually make... I can't believe that Dark Templar is alive. ByuN did not notice this dude at all.
I guess being invisible does help with that.
Sure does. Oh,
That guy, not so much.
Not so much.
And ByuN has consolidated his forces now. He's got his Raven at full energy. Very low HP, however. as this DT's going for a counter. So we'll see. Is ByuN going to try for a big attack? But, I mean, look at Hurricane. He's in a much better position this game. He was just barely hanging on in the previous matches, but now he's almost maxed out. He's got 5 Colossus against a Terran who is completely skipping out on Vikings, which I love the fact that Hurricane is capitalizing on this by ByuN.
Yeah, getting up that ramp's not going to happen with the force field. Actually, never mind. We snuck around the left side there.
Yeah, but look at these Colossus. They're just going to push this bio back, I feel.
Interference matrix on one temporarily, but it's back in the action and doesn't get picked off. Nice micro.
Oh my gosh.
Guardian Shield doing pretty well here too. EMP's getting tossed down before Enhanced Shockwave finishes, and that Ghost gets picked off as it runs. Another Ghost dies in exchange for a Stalker as they blinked a little bit too far ahead, but that's probably a fair trade for Hurricane.
Yeah, ByuN says I need Vikings, but I feel like it's a little bit too late as he's producing 2 Vikings at a time against a Protoss who's already at 5 Colossus. If Hurricane wanted to get aggressive, he could maybe bully ByuN a little bit. He's just going to stay back at home, though, and continue turtling up. And we'll have to wait and see if that's the right decision, because now ByuN is getting up that extra starport, getting into that Liberator transition, all the extra Terran upgrades going off the back of his strong economy. And Hurricane seems to be just content getting up his 4th base and defending it.
Ooh, and DT blink on the way from Hurricane. Always love that. All right, well, Disruptor's coming in here too for Hurricane, recognizing the important splash damage in general is versus a Terran opponent. Trying to engage a little bit. At the very least, the Novas will zone out this Terran army pretty effectively, forcing a split, forcing a retreat over and over again. Liberator's in the mix.
Yeah, ByuN gasses some of his army to the left side. I really am curious of how Hurricane should be playing this out. Like, his army is good, but ByuN will eventually transition and sort of out-tech him, but he's still just playing this defensive game, trying to keep up with ByuN. I'm curious.
ByuN's building 4 command centers right now.
Yeah, and make that 5 as he throws up another.
I'm a madman. This is a late game Terran, though. This is what they all like to do.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Hurricane trying to double expand is getting away with, looks like both of them pretty effectively. This drop could be fairly problematic. Probably going to force a recall, and indeed it does. So recall comes in with the Colossus. That is a lot of splash damage. One of the Colossus, nice micro, keeping it alive. Shield battery overcharge, helping there as well. And this drop actually doesn't do as much as ByuN intended it to do, as only 4 probes die. Getting back into that 5th base, and this is going to be a cancel. Just too much mobility on this army right now for Hurricane to handle.
Yeah, ByuN gets a win. He's still got these medivacs in the sky. Hurricane's looking to take a fight on ByuN's side of the map. This is what I've wanted to see, as he does still have the superior unit composition for now. Hurricane, though, backs off. Rapid reignition system from ByuN. How about that?
I was gonna say, what is happening? What is the memes? I mean, he is using drops, so sure. For those of you who don't know, that basically, nice snipe on those Liberators, by the way, and then sending out a Nova to nice. It just makes it so you can boost more quickly after using a boost on your medivacs. So, fine, but I don't know that every single Terran absolutely need it, which is why we never see it researched. It is also buried on fusion core tech, which, I don't know, a lot of Terrans do go for just for advanced ballistics for the Liberators, but still, seeing rapid reignition is extremely rare.
This is making me a little bit nervous. Hurricane pushing on into ByuN's side of the map could be setting himself up for a nasty surround. Instead, ByuN goes for a counterattack, going to be grabbing the 5th base, moving in towards the 4th base. Hurricane didn't build cannons or any shield batteries in a position which he really needed it. A bunch of DTs are going to be warped in, though. Start cleaning this up.
Oh, I would have much rather seen Zealots there than DTs. What a weird choice. All right, so 2 bases down in quick succession. Just kidding. The one on the right side is not quite dead yet. It's working on it. Oh my gosh, it gets saved. Amazing. This is Marine. I got this.
A good attempt, but not quite. We do
No.
see Hurricane has come up ahead on supply. ByuN, though, oh my gosh, what a villain. Gonna be looking to grab this base.
I can get this base. Let's kill some probes while we're here. 4 probes down. 75 to 52 workers in favor of ByuN right now. Brutality. High-sec auto-tracking and building armor coming in here from ByuN. He's just planning on getting all the upgrades in this game. Combination of DT and Zealots warped in to deal with this, and 6 probes go down and just to pick up.
Okay, now we're seeing Hurricane go for a big attack with his ton of Stalkers on top of the Planetary, focusing down the Liberators instead of the PF, however. He blinks forward once again, tosses out a wave of Novas. The Planetary is still holding strong for the Terran.
Living.
Hurricane not focusing that down has allowed it to get a lot of shots off.
Not bad. Bunch of damage dealt, 5 kills, but 27 SCVs die. That is some brutal counterattack out of Hurricane there.
Yeah, that was the fight that Hurricane needed to take, as he has had the ability to beat ByuN in direct fights this entire game. He's now going to be cracking yet another one of those Planetary Fortress. ByuN's going for a counterattack. How does Hurricane respond?
Suddenly, Hurricane's up 155 to 114 supply. The problem is worker count is fine. Never mind. And then the recall. Heaven forbid you ever be out of position. Amazing. And that's your GG.
GG, Hurricane.
Yeah, does
Hey,
game number 4. Good game plan. Well executed. Nicely done.
That a guy.
Yeah, that was fantastic. We have somebody randomly in chat cheering for Hurricane, so I'm sure that he felt your energy. That was much appreciated.
Yes, I will saying go Hurricane Shy Boy, and that's honestly how I felt Hurricane was playing that game, like a shy boy. He was like, it was interesting to. It's almost like that ByuN forced Hurricane to attack at the end by hitting all of his nexus, and Hurricane's like, all right, I guess I'll attack now. But if ByuN didn't make that happen, I'm wondering like when would have Hurricane attacked? Because he really was just sitting back, even though he had an army or 2 split up armies that were beating ByuN on both fronts. So, yeah,
good question. I don't know when he would have decided to move out. Maybe just would have taken his half of the map and just said, "I'm going to make some great trades and win this thing."
Yeah, that's an interesting style to play against ByuN though. But it worked out in the end. ByuN eventually overextended in a sense, and got punished for it.
Indeed. So we're going to move on to Yaganatha for game number 4. Didn't look likely we'd get this match today, but we're here anyway, and that's why we love Starcraft. We love our esports. Because you never know what's going to happen. If anyone tells you they know what's going to happen in a game, you don't believe them.
Yeah.
Because honestly, like, if you put it, you put money on it, who says that Hurricane's going to win game 3 after looking kind of rough in games 1 and 2?
Yeah. It's good to see a style sort of shine through there. Jagannatha, probably another map which this may work playing this kind of style.
Yeah, could do. Fairly easy to defend first 3 bases anyway.
So here we are in the bottom left. He's ByuN.
And in the top right, his name is Hurricane.
I dig it though. I'm liking Hurricane's style, and I want to see it develop more. Like whether, like him going for his really early cannons and in such numbers, delaying the 4th base. Yeah. So I hope we see more of the same in this game.
Yeah, it makes for more interesting stuff anyway. Here comes Annoying Probe. Remember Annoying Orange on YouTube like 15 years ago?
Oh, God.
Ah,
Oh,
I
my
just brought up some memory.
gosh. How about that?
I know. It was a phenomenon on YouTube many, many moons ago.
Back when the internet didn't know what it was.
Uh-huh.
It's like, how about an orange?
With a human mouth. Call it annoying orange. What's that? Millions of views. Okay. But I wonder if anyone has ever made a parody film called Annoying Probe. Because honestly, both Zerg and Terran hate this so much. Right? You'd think there'd be somebody in the Zerg and Terran fan bases who would be like, Annoying Probe. Just do it in the style of Annoying Orange. Give it a human mouth. Make it annoying.
Oh, that would be so violating. Seeing a probe with a human mouth.
Yep. I mean, as violating as the original.
It just like,
Orange
except
was.
instead of zapping your workers, it sort of just walks by and talks to you. It's like, hey, what you doing over there?
Distracts them. Just casually hanging out where the drone wants to throw down the hatchery. Completely oblivious to the fact.
It's like, I'm trying to work here.
Somebody do this. Someone with better
Talent.
visual skills than I have.
Make that happen, please. Or please don't, actually. But
It would have done so well back in, like, 2005, 2006 when Brood War was a thing. Because, again, the same thing was happening, man. Probes were blocking hatches and annoying SCVs 20 years ago as well. They could have just come over to Starcraft 2. Would have gotten a second life, but too bad.
the Stalker
Oh, the
falls for one of
concussive
the
oh my
classic
gosh.
concussive shell marauder blunders.
That barely finished, too. That was so close to not being done. Blech. Hey, look, a Twilight Council.
Such disgust.
Disgust. Alright, so Stalker says, well, I'm not much use for the next little bit here. Honestly, I'm not sure what is of use against concussive shell stalkers at this point. Zealots, probably. And force fields can be nice as well.
Yes, the battery is an absolute must that Hurricane had to invest in.
Yep.
And ByuN will be like, okay, I made you spend your 100 minerals. Oh.
Wait, what's he... Oh, what? Wow. Really? He went for third base when there were concussive shell marauders around? That's cool. Okay, well, I don't know why you poked out here, to be honest.
Yeah.
Other than you wanted to lose 2 stalkers for free. Hold on. Just the one, I guess. Guardian Shield, not bad.
Yeah, I liked Hurricane's idea there. I guess he just needed to pull the stalker back right away. But maybe it would have survived.
Maybe could have. That's still a lot of damage output from 2. Anyways. Alright, so this was a bit of a difference. A little bit of some Marauder pressure starting things off. I think, in the end, though, resources lost are 400 to 350, so... pretty even across the board there. Hurricane gets his third base up super fast like he wanted to.
Yeah.
ByuN just doing tyranny things. Marines, Marauders, Stim, the Medivacs. Widowmine's on the way now.
Yeah, notably a 2-racks play from ByuN and making a boatload of Widowmines. Turning them out 2 at a time, so I'll 4 in a second. Presumably going to be for a drop. And then he's going to have Stim, so he'll be working with Stim Bio and a ton of Widowmines.
Let the Medivac production begin. And by that I mean, there it is. Okay. Just late enough to make me worry about it. I mean, not begin, but resume.
ByuN scans, kills an observer, it would appear. So Hurricane's out on the map with his stalkers, but not back at home to defend against this Widowmine drop that's hitting.
No.
And, oh, please, Hurricane. Oh, please, be paying attention.
He's so distracted. Oh, wait, hold on. What? Oh, there we go. Okay, I mean... 3, sure.
Okay,
fine.
please, Hurricane, react.
Okay, that's excellent.
Oh.
He got greedy.
Yeah.
I think he could have killed all the probes at the 3rd.
And oh, ByuN gonna lose all this bio against the stalkers. That's quite good for Hurricane.
Yeah, for sure. This bonus versus armored working out real nice for the stalkers.
Oh, the mines end up getting 9 probe kills, however. As one in the main got a good shot off.
I mean, it's not 20, but it's not great.
Yeah. I mean, ByuN did lose all the bio. He lost the Medivac, all 4 mines, so not a bad trade at all for Hurricane, actually.
Yeah, 10 probes for all that damage is probably something Protoss would take against ByuN. Starting his Colossus production, Extended Thermal Lance coming in here as well. Noi in chat gave us 10 star balloons. Thank you so much.
Yeah, why thank you. Okay, double forge. Hurricane's got the Chrono Boost energy, that's for sure.
Chrono Boost for days.
Dump it! Dump it!
Yeah, Chrono Boost is amazing for upgrades.
Oh, it's so good.
If you focused entirely on just getting 3-3 from the start of the game, you could get 3-3 in like 4 minutes. It's nuts.
As long as your opponent doesn't have anything to say about it, that is true.
Yes, as long as you don't need to do anything else, it's true. Alright, so ByuN marching across the map, enjoying the benefits of the speed zone temporarily.
This time he's coming with 3 tanks. We haven't seen tanks from ByuN in this series at all.
Oh, we did. We saw one in game 2, but that's a dead immortal all of a sudden.
Yeah, it did sacrifice itself to grab a tank, however, so there's a lot of the firepower that ByuN had removed. And now Hurricane's coming in with 2 Colossus this time, so he's going to try and get on top of that. A random Zealot from behind.
Yeah, this is just ByuN responding to Hurricane's love of Colossus in the series. Is I'm just going to make some tanks, make it harder for you to close in. Because as we know, tank range further than Colossus range. And there are some Vikings for boot.
Yeah, Hurricane, though, is going to have charge in about 20 seconds, and I don't know if ByuN's going to be able to make a push work against a wave of Zealots to greet it.
And coming up a ramp is always a dicey situation.
Yeah, ByuN's abandoning the position. I'm glad he realizes this, as Hurricane's about to come into his 1-1 upgrades as well. Protoss player is getting ready to dive on this Terran army, I feel, and this could be a great attack from Hurricane. There is a few Zealots, but not actually that many to buffer for this. So, looks like Hurricane does have to retreat. His Stalkers are fighting out of the range of the shield battery, so they're not getting any of the benefit from that. One of the Colossus goes down, the other is completely undefended, aside from that overcharged battery, which then gets picked off by the bio. What a nail-biting fight, but Hurricane seems to be losing out.
Yeah. Oh, both Colossus die, and I think that is our death knell right there. GG ByuN does take game number 4, and we'll move on to our grand finals after winning the series 3-1. Well played by Hurricane, but yeah, ByuN just a little too much today.